So today we'll be talking about 404 page not found errors, what causes them, and how we can go about fixing these page error issues. Now, all of us have ran into pages where it says, oops, that page can't be found, or 404 error, we can't find that page. Now, why does this happen? There are a few reasons for that. Before that, I also want to let you know that I will be showing you how we can actually fix these 404 errors. I'll show you how we can fix them practically within WordPress with the help of a plugin very easily. I'll also show you some advanced things that you can do with this plugin. But for that, you have to stick to the end of this video. That being said, let's actually move to understanding how the 404, what is the flow of this 404 error, what causes it and how we can go about fixing it really, really easily. So it all starts with the user requesting a page, okay? So this happens when somebody is trying to get to a web page by either clicking into a link or typing in the URL manually. Now, when somebody does that, there's two possible outcomes, right? So we have to ask ourselves the question, does the page exist? Does the URL exist or not? So it's either a yes, in which case the page loads successfully and the user goes about his business. And if it's a no, then he lands on a 404 page, okay? So the page cannot be found. Now, how do we go about fixing this? Before we actually get to the solution, I want to quickly show you the possible causes of a 404 error page. The main cause of this type of page, what I've seen, or just in general, is when a page has been deleted or moved. And this is very common in e-commerce sites or maybe large content sites, news sites, where a lot of pages, old content pages get deleted or they get moved, the URL changes. In that case, the old pages are no longer available, right? They don't exist anymore. So in that case, a 404, that vacuum becomes a 404 page. Another reason is for typing in the incorrect URL. So a lot of times, users will type in the incorrect URL, maybe a word here or there or a letter here or there. And that leads to them landing on a page that doesn't exist. Or it might also be a broken link, which is considered a 404 also. Now, what is the solution for this? There's multiple solutions. So first things first, you want to make sure that there are no typos or spelling errors in the URL. Like I just mentioned, a lot of times people will type in the wrong URL, and it could also happen because of silly mistakes, right? So for example, we have this URL over here. Not sure how clearly you can see this. Hold on, I'll just add the magnifier and okay, I think it's better now. So you can see that we have this subdomain. So this is store, and then we have the actual URL, right? So website assets .site, and then product. So this is actually a 404 page that I'll show you how we can fix very easily. But this is supposed to be, let's say, redirected to shop, okay? We have this page called the shop, which I know is running perfectly fine. And I'll just zoom out and you can see that we have shop over here, right? So this is where all the products are laid out. Now, for example, say somebody, instead of typing shop, type in shops, right? They don't know. They type in shops, or they, from somewhere, they manage to get like a, incorrect URL from somewhere, but they intended to reach the shop. So in that case, also you see that we have them land up in, in that case also we see that they land up in a 404 page, okay? So we want to avoid this. So this is actually the first error that happens, is that you want to always check for typos. The other thing is to use a 301 redirect. Now this is the most commonly accepted and used solutions when it comes to fixing 404 errors. I'll show you how to do this. Then the other thing is to restore the missing page. So if a page has been deleted and you're rebuilding the website or rebuilding that URL and you're rebuilding that page, and you want to keep that URL, so you go ahead and rebuild that page. Fix broken links. Again, the most common solution for this is the 301 redirect, which I'll show you how you can do in just a moment. And then we have creating a custom 404 page, okay? So for example, this page, what you can see over here, this is actually a custom 404 page. And most WordPress websites, most WordPress themes will have custom 404 by default. So you don't have to go ahead and create your own. You can always go and edit and toggle, and maybe like you can see, you can change the text over here, you can add a few links, you can customize it the way you want. Okay, so these are a few ways in which we can actually fix the 404 errors, because remember, a 404 is when somebody's landing on a page like this, right? We don't want them to land on a page like this, because then they're like, we just didn't find the page. So instead of this, we want them to, go to the next relevant page, whichever that may be. So it's up to us to decide which is a relevant page for each 404 page. And there's a way that we can do that in bulk as well. I'll show you how to do that. So for that, what I'll do is go to my WordPress, and we'll actually be installing a plugin. Okay, so I want you to go down to plugin, add new plugin, and then type in 301. Okay, once you type that in, you'll see this will appear. So 301 redirects. This is the plugin that we want to use. Okay, now this is a free to use plugin. You can see that I have this active already. I want you to go install it and then activate it. Once you activate it, you'll see that it appears here. So you go to your settings and you'll see the 301 redirects option right here. So click on this, and then you will be in the interface of the plugin. Now this is a very, very simple, very easy to use plugin, and there is a lot of things that you can do with this, which I'll show you in just a moment. So you'll be in the redirect rules tab by default, where you'll have two options mainly. One is the redirect from, in which we'll have to go ahead and add in the page that we want to be redirected, and then we have the redirect to, so the page that we want to redirect to. Okay, so the old page and the new page essentially. We have some other options here as well. So the 301, which is a more permanent redirect. We also have the 302 and the 307, which are more temporary redirects. You're doing it for a few days or whatever limited period. We can also turn it off. And then we also have this option, which is as of now it's set to custom, because we'll be adding in the URL over here. But you can also directly add in your post. So say for example, you want to redirect to one of your posts, you can do that. You want to redirect to one of your pages that already exist, you can do that as well. Okay. Now we can redirect to another page within the website. We can also redirect to an external URL, so an external website as well, which I'll show you how you can do very easily. So for starters, we'll go ahead and add in a page over here or a slug that we want to redirect. Okay, so for that, let's come back to our website, and we have this URL, which is the shops URL. Okay, so the one with the S. So we'll just copy this, bring this over to our plugin, paste it here. Now we want to remove the slash at the end. We just want to keep the slash in the beginning, and then the text, right? So we have shops, and then I want it to be redirected to the shop. So I'll just open this in a new tab, and you see we have shop over here, which is an existing page on our website. Okay, so what we do is come back to our plugin, and I'll type in this manually. So I'll just add this and SHOP without the S, and click save. Okay, so our redirect rule has been created. Now I'll go back to the shops URL, the one with the S, and refresh it, and it doesn't seem to work. It's not the fault of the plugin, it's actually the fault of in a way the website, because there's some kind of caching issue. So I'll go ahead and use my caching plugin, and then you see it gets redirected to shop. Okay, I'll do it one more time. Hold on, I'll just zoom in so that you get a better view. Come up over here. Okay, so you see we have shop over here, right? What I'll do is just add a S, so it's shops, add enter, and then you see it's redirected to the shop. Okay, so this is how you can very easily use this plugin to redirect if you're trying to do these basic redirects. Okay, now let's say you wanted to redirect your users to an external website, so you can do that very easily as well, following the same process that we had done for the internal URLs of the website. So all we have to do is click on add a new redirect rule, and then we need to add in the essentially the URL or the slug. Okay, now if we don't have a page, that's fine too. All we have to do is create a slug. So say for example, I go ahead and add in AMAZON Amazon. Okay, let's say I add an Amazon and I want this URL within my website to redirect to amazon.com. Okay, so I'll go ahead and copy amazon.com. I'm just using this as an example. You can use, whichever website or whichever page for your, for whatever work you're doing. Go ahead and paste it into the redirects to section again. Click on save, and then this rule is also set. So now if I come back to my website, go ahead and zoom in to show you. Okay, so I remove the shop now, and I'll go ahead and type AZON Amazon, enter, and then just like that we are redirected to amazon.com. okay, so this is how easy it is to go ahead and use this plugin. Now there are some additional features that I'll be taking you through. So we have features in which you can actually track your 404 error logs. You can also scan your links, and there are some additional cool features which you can access when you get your hands on the pro version of the 301 redirects plugin. Now the pro version of this plugin is cool for a number of different reasons, especially if you are an SEO agency owner or a digital marketing agency owner. In fact, this plugin could help you close more deals, close more clients, and I'll show you how you can leverage this plugin to do that in just a moment. First things first is the pricing. So if you see the pricing, all these plans are for life. Okay, so all prices are lifetime. You buy the plugin once and use it forever. And you could literally get this plugin for $1 per site. So you could get license for 100 sites, and you could get this for just $1 for 100 sites. Okay, you pay once and use it for life. Now, how you could use this to actually close more deals, to impress your clients. The way you can do that is through the white label option that 301 Redirects offers. Now, what this means is you could rebrand this entire plugin to suit your brand. So you could get rid of the 301 Redirects logo, put your own logo. You can get rid of the color, customize it the way you want, the color you want. And then when you're in conversation with your client, when you're closing you're on the second or third call, or even on the first call, you could tell them, hey, we have our own plugin, our own WordPress plugin, our own branded plugin that will actually help you to consolidate traffic. It'll actually help you to stop losing traffic, the 404 errors that you're having, because you'll be doing the SEO audit, right? And it's quite likely that most websites who don't have SEO, who've never done SEO, will have 404 errors. So you can actually tell them that, we have this plugin that is going to help you to stop losing traffic from day one. Okay, it's our plugin. You get our services, plus you get our plugin. It's a premium plugin, but you get it along with our service. So the client is going to automatically be like, hey, he's going to be impressed. Like, these guys, they're not just a SEO agency or a digital marketing agency, but they also have their own plugin, right? So you can leverage this to close more deals. That being said, I'll show you I'm actually using this on another site. So this is actually the dashboard. Once you purchase, you can come over here and customize, change the color, change the font, add your logo. But once you do that, I'll bring you down here. So this is another site. This is actually the main site. So this is website webassets.site, and you can see that I've actually rebranded the plugin. Okay, so you can rebrand the name as well. I've changed it to Redirects Pro, and once I click on this, you'll see that I have my own logo, my own color combination over here. So this is Search Brilliance. This is my agency's logo, and you can see that the color is totally changed. And then you have all these amazing looking graphical representations that you can show your clients, and you can really wow them into purchasing your service. We quickly show you the features of the Pro version that will help you to redirect traffic to the most important pages on whichever website you hook this up with. Okay. Now, first things first, we have the redirect rule section. Okay, so we have this in the free version as well. But we have the redirect logs over here. So this is the history of all the redirects that have occurred. Now we have the date and time over here. So you can see 55 minutes back, 56, 16 hours, 2 days back, from which URL to which URL it has been redirected, the referrer. You also have the location. Okay, so this is really interesting information. You have the location. So you can see we have India over here. We have United States, again India, United States, France, plus you have the IPs. Okay. So you can actually use this information to enhance the effectiveness of your ads campaign. So if you're running ads for your clients, you can actually use this data to study which country is more important, which country it would make most sense to target your ads. That's just one way of using one case study, but then there are so many different use cases that you can use this information in. Okay. That being said, we have the 404 logs as well. So you see that we have this graphical representation. You see the top countries. So this shows you the history of all the 404s that have occurred. Now you see we have the United States over here, India, Bulgaria. We have the top browsers over here. So most of the 404s are occurring on Chrome top devices. So most of the 404s on this site are coming from occurring on desktop. So that's interesting. You would expect it to be mobile, but then it's desktop over here. And the traffic mostly is human, okay? Because we have bots nowadays, so you never know. That being said, we also have, a snippet of the data. So the redirects that have taken place in the past 24 hours, 404s in the past 24 hours, and the redirects since the plugin has been installed. Coming down here, you'll see that we have the history of all the 404 that has occurred. Now, if I open this page up, you'll see that we have this URL. Okay, so let me just zoom in here once again so that I can show you the URL. Okay, so you see that we have this URL. Okay, it's just like a random URL. It doesn't make any sense. But if I come out, you'll see that it redirects to the blog. Now, this is intentional. I've actually set this on purpose. So it doesn't matter which 404 page people land up on. You can always redirect them to the most important pages on the website. Okay, I'll just take you back. To show you. So we have all these other URLs as well, right? So a lot of times people will be typing, like a wrong version of the site, just www. So if I open this in a new tab, you'll see that this is again redirecting to the blog, because this is how I've set it. If there's any kind of 404, any type of URLs people are typing, they will actually be redirected to the blog. You could set this to whichever page on the site. I've just done this to show you that this is a possibility. Okay. Going back, there are a few more cool features. So I'll take you to the settings and then go to general. So you see we have the auto redirect 404 set. So what this does is if a page exists, so for example, let's go back to the blog. Okay, we'll open one of these blog pages and I'll just show you I'll just show you the URL of this page. Okay, so if you go up over here, you'll see that we have the online networking tips. So this is the slug for this page. Now, what this feature does is it will redirect any any URLs that have some type of silly error. It could be a spelling mistake or a different variation of this URL. Really, it will actually redirect to this URL. So, for example, if I just add something like this, press enter, you see it will automatically redirect to the correct version of this page. Again, if I remove, say for example, if I just remove tips, press enter, it's again going to redirect to this page. Okay, so this is another cool feature that you can activate when you get your hands on this plugin. Also have other things here like monitor permalink changes. So what this does is it monitors whenever there's a change in your permalink. So if you've changed the structure of a URL, you made some changes to a particular URL, you'll get a notice based on which you can go ahead and make appropriate fixes. Coming down, we also have the 404 page option. So the same thing that I showed you previously, in which regardless of which 404 error takes place, it will automatically be redirected to the blog page. Okay, now you can set this to whichever page you like, to the home page. You could also have a default 404 page if that's what you'd like, but as of now I've set it to the blog page. Coming down, you also get regular reports on the 404 errors taking place. Okay, so you'll have your email over here, and then you can set the frequency. So you could get a mail every 24 hours or, once a week. We have some additional options here. We have some advanced options here. We also have the link scanner. So what this does is scans all the pages of the website. So you can see we have the total pages over here. We have the total links and the problematic pages. As of now, we don't have any, but it'll actually scan all the pages and the URLs, and then, show you any problematic issues that have been taking place, based on which, you can take appropriate measures to fix those issues. I've already done the scan. I can go ahead and clear it and rescan this as well. Okay. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this plugin is made by Web Factory. So Web Factory has been creating, tons of different WordPress plugins for, as you can see, for the past 10 years, and they actually have some really good plugins. So if you see over here, if you come down, we have the WordPress reset plugin. Of course, we have the 301 redirect. We also have the under construction. So a lot of times when you're working on a website, or, it's in staging, you might want to use something like this, a page like this. We have, all these different plugins that they make. So Web Factory, kudos to these guys. They've been creating really high quality products for WordPress. And, I just hope that you found this video useful, because this plugin, it's not just a plugin through which you can do a redirection, but you can also, like I mentioned, you can also use this to upsell to whichever client, you're trying to onboard, and then close the deal. Okay. So I hope that you found this video to be useful and informative. I will leave a link to the plugin in the description. So go ahead and check it out and get your, 404 errors fixed. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.